Another example of dependency inversion principle, a pretty similar example. For example, you have a controller, and one of the parameters of that controller method is a class for report, which is just a class which implements report interface. And we had that example in previous examples. So you have report by month and potentially report by something else in the future. But for testing, you want to have the same class that implements the same interface, but with some test data. So you create simple test report by month, which implements the same interface. And for example, you do something different with the data or with the download or whatever. And you want to replace that class, the main report by month, with your testing class in some kind of testing procedure. So for example, app service provider in boot method, you would choose if the app is local or staging, then report interface should be resolved to test report by month class. Otherwise, then it would be report by month, the main class, right? And then in the controller, you would replace binding not by a concrete class, not by month, but the interface. So I've prepared that. And let's comment this in. So you bind the interface, then in your app service provider, for example, it may be in another place, you bind the interface to the concrete class. And then if the environment is local or staging, that would mean test report by month class. Otherwise, it would be main report by month class. So that's it, a small example where you would have two classes of the same interface and you would bind to the interface, and depending on some condition like environment, you would bind to one class or another.